This Palermo, there's no footpath for disabled people. You have to push the wheelchair on the road and the cars have to stop, and this is the way in Sicily. This place, which is in my background, this was the place of route to the central mosque of Palermo in early 9th century. Sicily, a beautiful land, and many people don't know that Sicily was once under Muslim rule, and this was known as Emirate of Sicily. A very interesting fact that at the time of Osman bin Affan, the third caliph, he was the first person to send an army which was organized by Muawiyah ibn Sufyan, Amir Muawiyah, which we call commonly known as, and he sent an army, a navy. So basically the navy was established in the time of Hazrat Osman bin Affan, and that navy raided the coast of Sicily, and they weren't very successful, but they didn't invade the whole of the land, just came back. Since that time, regularly the governor of Africa, in Africa there was Muslim rule, and they were sending forces to raid the Sicilian island. But this is Palermo in Sicily. Once upon a time this was the capital of Emirates of Sicily, the Muslim rule. This was once a mosque. This was the main entrance of the mosque. When Muslims were defeated because of internal fighting, same happens as it was in Andalus. In 1025, 1030, the Normans took over, and this place which once hosted the central mosque of Palermo was demolished, destroyed. This was the main entrance, and then they built the Normans, who were Vikings but Christians, and they built this cathedral. This is a beautiful building, but the main thing I'm going to show you, two important things. As we go through this entrance, if you see that pillar on the extreme left still has got Quranic ayahs written on it, and this is the only evidence in whole Palermo Cathedral which is left. Otherwise everything else was destroyed. I don't know why they left these pillars, but I'm going to show very closely the ayahs of Quran written in about 9th century. These pillars which you see, these are the original pillars since the time of the Muslim rule in Sicily. So these 4 pillars. Here we go. And if you look closely at this site, So basically since 652, gradually, time by time, there are different governors sent forces to attack Sicily. Romans were being ruling the Sicily from long time. They have got a very strong hold, and they were successful in repelling back these Muslim forces who were coming from the African side, Africa at that time. There was a very important dynasty in Africa called Aghlabids, and these Aghlabids ruled from something from 809 to 900 century, about 100 years, and they were having very close ties with the Abbasids, which were governing the Damascus area, and that was the caliphate, Muslim caliphate at that time. So what they did was, there was a pact between the African governor and the Romans for 10 years. They don't attack each other, but Romans were violating those laws, those rules, and they were attacking the coast of Africa. So what they did, they finally decided to conquer the whole island of Sicily, and this first raid by the Aghlabids was in 822. Obviously guys, feeling a bit emotional. This is Allah's name written here with Bismillah. And then rest is all new architecture, because everything else was completely destroyed. So this is the new architecture. This is the architecture. This is 11th century this cathedral was built, and I think this was finished in about 100 years in 12th century. You will see the Arab Moorish architecture, right? Yeah. Now there is a very important character which is very important to mention, Asad ibn Furat. He was the student of Imam Malik, and he established Maliki fiqh in the Aghlabid Caliphate of Africa. So Asad bin Furat, he was the jurist, he was the Qazi at that time, and he said this is our religious duty to conquer this land, to take Islam to the Sicilian island. So he was the one who commanded that fleet of navy from African area and attacked Sicily, and gradually whole of the Sicily was under Arab rule, and they made Palermo as their Muslim capital. Everything was destroyed. Muslim cemeteries, Muslim houses, many hundreds of mosques were destroyed in whole Sicily. And the main mosque here was destroyed as well. Only that pillar which I have just shown you. The other only remnant of a mosque is in the area of Segesta, temple of Segesta. The mosque remnants are still there. You can see the mihrab, and there is also recent excavation showed a Muslim cemetery. So these two things only belong in whole of Sicily. Everything else was demolished and destroyed. So I tell you another important thing, which is my feeling. I'm just sharing my feeling. I've been to Cordoba, I've been to different Muslim historical sites. I don't understand. When the Christians go, they conquer an area in the past. First thing what they do is they destroy that worship place. Maybe it was for the Jews or mainly the Muslims. And then at the same site, they build a cathedral. And same Muslims have done. In Cordoba, they claim there was a church, but what was the need to destroy that church? Go somewhere else. You could have built Cordoba Mosque at that somewhere else, close to the chapel or the church. Similarly, if look here in Palermo, what was the need to? And their claim is that there was a cathedral here before or church. Even if there was no church, those Vikings, Normans, what was the need to destroy? But that was animosity basically. So this is in historical facts, always this was the animosity and the grudge against the nation which they conquered, that they destroyed their religious places. And that happened with the Grand Mosque of Palermo in early 9th century. But as I said, that was animosity. That thought was not there at that time. Now it's different situation, UNESCO World. This site which you see in my background. This is a World Heritage Site. So now you are declaring this is a World Cordoba Mosque is a World Heritage Site. Fine. Because it's a bit civilized world. These things were not there before. It's unfortunate you don't see the mosque here anymore.